Alright. So let's get back to this. Let's go upstairs and say hello.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown. The beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain.
Ooh.
Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Alright, let's go talk to Victoria.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
May I take...
Encyclopedia
Who are you,
Demonium.
madame?
I'm Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
Right. Kind of on...
When I was
obvious.
very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicil toward the sea.
You know, there's a lot of orc stories that are actually like that.
Is
thinking
there
about
no
this.
new book to be discovered
The
in this
fisherman who
library?
found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
May I take books from the library?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
Okay, good to know. So maybe here I can actually learn some additional stuff. Let's discuss the Egglander, like Egglander, the guy that absolutely hates her.
Kira Lizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is heartrending, though it seems that in the pursuit of retribution, he has himself become as great a ghoul as those that wronged him. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever harmed? I live for books, not brutality.
True.
So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do?
Alright, so here, this is an interesting debacle.
I need something more advanced.
It is but your amulet the elf
The
once proof
Encyclopedia
with your death,
Demonium.
so when I give it
know
to
it
him,
by heart.
or give it to me, and then, or I could have him arrested. I mean, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. I don't really like either option,
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
but maybe, let's see what happens with,
Encyclopedia Demonium.
if we get him
I
arrested,
know it by heart.
that might be the best thing, but it's just an amulet. We'll try that.
My amulet? But it is Haxmaji, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
Oh boy. I guess I can always change the
Demonology for
subject.
Dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The
I'm already going down this path.
Pseudomonarchia
I'll go ahead and
Daemonum.
say it's a keepsake no
The
matter how
first
precious,
edition
worth your
too.
life. Reason.
Most promising.
Oh. Rock. Yes. Oh, I have 5 reasons.
Demonology
Rock.
for dumbbells.
Paper.
Ugh.
Ooh.
I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum.
Yeah.
The first
I win.
edition too. Most promising.
I'm sorry.
Put it like that, I guess. I cannot say that it is. I do this very reluctantly, but fine. Have my talisman. May it fool the elf that would see me dead.
I don't really like doing that. I kind of want to do something else. I feel dirty about this.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
I don't know. I just don't like the idea of just fooling her, you know? Alright, so... Racking up a crowd.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh.
Peleron will have to
I
pay
need
yet another
something more
fine.
advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Oh, that was... Dang it. Pirate's Life. Fun with fluids. Yes. Read. Not going through all that.
No.
Recipes.
This isn't the grimoire I'm
Volume 1,
looking for.
Volume 2. Where's
The
the
Encyclopedia
third one gone?
Daemonium.
Shucks.
I know it by heart.
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Adventurer's Field Guide. Cool. Another one. Which one's...
No.
Who placed this
isn't
book
the
here?
grimoire I'm
A volume
looking
of poetry among novels?
for. The
Urrak.
Encyclopedia
Mayhem.
Daemonium. I know it by
Fun with
heart.
fluids. Fire resistant stuff. Desk. Nothing there. What over here? History of Sicil.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandaras. What nonsense.
Ooh,
The
big
night
book.
is
Is there no
I don't know what the
new
highlight
book to be
means.
discovered in
Princess
this
Buttercup
library?
with
Like-
the blushing bottom. Ständigen. Esmeralda does have a
I want to read
propensity
through
for
them,
all
but it's like I'm
things
trying to
naughty,
find just all of
hasn't
the
she?
stuff that I can spend all day here just reading through. He who smelts
Demonology
it.
for
Who
dumbbells.
smells it?
Ugh.
Charity,
Need
man.
something more advanced.
Thanks for the bits.
Is there no new book to
Appreciate
be
it, sir.
discovered in this library?
And this guy
Volume
just
1,
chats
Volume
constantly.
2. Where's the third one gone? Shucks.
This isn't the
Sometimes I
grimoire
think these
I'm
books
looking
sprout little
for.
legs in the
Yeah.
night.
Man, oh man.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
You're just trying to heal your thing up, aren't you? Improved metal shield. Picking up a lot of good stuff, but I was still hoping that I'd find something
The
with...
Lesser Key of Sadakandaras.
Ooh.
Ugh, what
I was still hoping I'd find something
Is
to
there
learn
no
spells
new
with.
book to be
Volume
Are you
discovered
stealing the
in
books?
this
No, I'm not
library?
stealing the books.
Where's the
The,
third one gone?
Luckily, I asked her if I could read them,
Sometimes I think
and
these
basically
books
she said
sprout little
yes.
legs in the night.
So then pretty much what I'm going to do
Hey,
is take all these
stop that.
books. Oops. See,
Lesser
that
Key of Sadakandaras.
is bad.
What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Volume 4.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
No. This isn't the
Ooh,
grimoire
what's that?
I'm looking for.
Volume of
Sicil's
poetry.
Genesis
Is there no
Upplay.
new book to be discovered in this library?
So, story goes into Adventures Lovers 2, Sicil. There's just so much stuff. Like, you can literally just go in so many different
This isn't the
routes.
grimoire I'm looking for.
Let's do,
The Encyclopedia
Who placed this book
Daemonium.
here?
I
A
know
volume
it
of
by
poetry
heart.
among novels?
Where's that one at? This one.
Urrak. What mayhem.
Adventurer Field Guide. Any old kitchen knife can be carved into a deadly dagger after the right amount of time with handle.
No.
Cool. Superior
This
dagger.
isn't
Nice.
the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia
Okay.
Daemonum. And the first edition
And
too.
last
Most
one, I
promising.
believe.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
Read. Not a lumberjack, but I can get as strong as a stick without the log and the trusty axe. Cool.
Sometimes
Wood
I think
chips.
these books sprout
Nice.
little
I think
legs
that's probably something I'll need.
For dumbbells.
So now what I can do is take all of these
Need
books
Something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered
and
in
just
this
literally
library?
just start fill up this thing back up with it. Like, I don't know what these mean. I don't know what the ones that have like a highlight around them.
Who
I
placed
went
this
through and
book
I
here?
read all these,
A
so
volume
why
of
not?
poetry among novels?
The Lesser
Urrak.
Key of Sadakandaras.
Mayhem.
Ugh,
Here.
What nonsense.
Did I read this one?
Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the
did not. I'm glad I did.
Most
There.
promising.
Everything's back in the bookshelf, lady. Everything's back in the bookshelf. Empty bottles. Okay.
No.
So this guy
Omnes autem
just
mali
keeps
demonis quam.
going through and randomly saying
What?
things.
What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisherfolk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious dimensions indeed. No, a source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for
Ouch.
I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
Oh, really?
Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
I already kind of have a spell person, but I don't know. To not make deals with demons? I don't like promises that I may not be able to keep, so I must decline your offer. So do we want to say no deals with demons? Or do we want to say like, alright, sure, yeah, come help. The thing is, we don't necessarily have like a tank. We've got like we got a ranger, a battle mage, and this. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Place this
Make
book
the
here.
deal,
A volume of poetry among novels?
or to not make the deal?
Mayhem.
I leave the fate in your hands.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem.
Alright, a few more seconds. I think I'll probably actually just go ahead and
Kaj'Dinor. A brief history of sorcery still
say
hasn't
no
been
for now.
returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
I don't like to make promises I may not be able to keep, so I must decline your offer.
Yeah, I concur. Some temptations just can't
I
could not be
concur.
resisted.
Some temptations
Yep.
just cannot be resisted.
Oh, simple souls. Oh,
Yep.
doomed spirits. What tangled webs you'd weave. But I won't be a fly to be caught in them. Begone. Reflect.
Yep.
And if you should see the light, I will be here in the library. For now, you are not worthy of my devotion.
Yep. Which is fine.
Sometimes I think
You
these
know.
books sprout little legs in the night.
Though.
Liberté, equality, and brotherhood for all will turn the wicked cleaver of decapitation upon you. Revel.
Interesting.
Golly gosh, one who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Sicil with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around. But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed,
like Arhu?
I'm sure. I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence.
I'd like to
But
ask
of
you 30
course,
questions.
darling. Be my guest.
Don't you fear the undead?
Heavens forbid. No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you, they are just as easily outwitted.
Okay. Interesting. Locked door in Cecil.
What? Oh, hello again.
Oh boy.
Please tell me how I can help you during your investigations. I know your plate is full enough to fill you for days.
I met your pet Maxine.
Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch,
Aw.
and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself.
It is a cat. What?
What? Oh, you mean Cecil? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jacon by source magic no less weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicyon. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
Oh, really?
What of what now? Oh,
Exactly.
You're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing.
Uh-oh.
I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me.
Tell me about
His
the
name
merchant.
is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor.
I guess I did.
Talk
Yeah.
to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind.
What do you know about the staff itself?
The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead.
Can you tell me more about Rivellon's sex?
Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics.
Sect. S-E-C-T.
Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, they... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the seventh sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists.
Oh, man. Alright, let's change the subject. So...
Oh,
Alright,
yes,
I've joined the Fabulous
Fabulous
Five. Let's talk about the subject.
Aren't they simply fantastic? I'm sure they'll get the job done in no time, especially with your expert hand lent to their cause. That
Continue.
machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs.
Okay.
I bet the wizard himself could provide some advice regarding how to destroy it. He's the mad scientist who crafted it after all.
I guess I basically just need to go talk to Arhu again, see A, how to destroy it. But I've got a lot of stuff in here now. Staff, counselor's wife, literally quest for days. All right. Where's he? Arhu is in his study up here in the top right. So let's go there. Talk to him, and then I think actually, guys, we're about to a point where we're leaving the city. I feel like there's still someone I miss talking to, because I think I read that you can actually have 4 people by the time you leave here.
These stores are for our Legion troop.
But Cook Morris, but I don't know. Quartermaster, no one special. No one with a name, I guess.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least.
All right.
The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll...
I didn't see that the first time. There's a lot of stuff in here. Don't steal it, 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 don't steal it.
Source Hunter. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh yeah, here we go. I found this second teleporter pyramid in a lady Cecilia's bathroom. Didn't peg you for a peeping tomcat.
What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely checking up on Maxine, the mayor's cat.
Right.
What a delight she is.
Ooh.
The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. A perfect puss, if ever there was one.
Let's talk about Source Hunter
By
business.
all means.
See, let's discuss Jake's
Of
murder.
course. I hope your investigation fares well.
Let's discuss Jake's corpse.
His body is gone, replaced with that of a sheep. This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. You're onto something, Hunter. Do follow the scent and see where it leads you.
What happened the night of the murder?
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows.
Interesting.
But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Who, in your opinion, are some
I
of the
myself
subjects?
have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Okay. Is there more you can tell me about those strangers that seem to be in a league with the orcs?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy.
All right.
You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Okay. So I think we've come down to... I'm going to go talk to the one guy about... Let's see this real quick. It seems like quest markers are big quests. We haven't found anything new about, it's down here. Legionnaire. Legionnaire. Don't see anything. There's a rat in there. Hey, lady. Chat with said rat. Or not. Or not. There we go.
Do you hear that clinking? I think someone's got keys in their pocket.
Oh, man. Pickpocket them? That'd be something. Something else. Okay. To be determined for another time. Trying to keep everything at least a little organized here. Let's do
You don't think it's that to do?
we will go to the harbor first, talk to that person, and then try to backtrack to talk to the old creepy man about that lady's trinket. Try to convince him that we killed her. Worst comes to worst. We got a trinket.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Fellow's carriage for the
Conrad,
joy?
yep, this is
Ahoy,
the guy.
sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile?
What do you know about the staff of Pergamon?
Aye, that Cecil's worse than a rooster. Crowing all around town about matters he ought to know are better kept quiet. Well, if you know about the staff, I suppose you also know it's gone without a trace. For my part, I haven't a clue where it could have gone. Overboard, stolen, or vanished into thin air. Though I'm quite eager to see it return. I've got a reputation to uphold, you know. Wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself, but sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped when they're afraid of getting one another in some trouble. Seaman's code, you know. Not to rat out a fellow sailor.
Interesting.
Sauce? Here? In Sicile? Bah! Of all the cursed hunks of rock to land on, Conrad chooses this one.
Alright, so what do you know about that staff?
Staff of what now? No, never heard of it, much less seen it. Check with one of the others, maybe.
Fine.
Driving straight to the pub and back.
Alright, Marv.
Here in Sicile? Duh. Of all that cursed hunks of rock to land on, Conrad chooses
Alright, what do you know about
this.
the staff?
Now that you mention it,
Ah.
I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during the attack. At the time, I figured he was just escaping with his personal effects. But it could well have been that staff you're talking about.
Do you know anything about this? About a certain
Well,
Dietmar?
sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't a clue where it could possibly be now. Captain Conrad's the man to ask for such matters.
Okay.
You know the story.
Alright, Conrad.
And don't
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet?
One of your men saw Dietmar make off with a package.
What? That weasel has it for sure. But I'll tell you this. I didn't speak of that stuff to a soul on board. If he's the one who took it, he must have known it was on the ship before stepping foot on her decks. I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an out-of-sight beach somewhere.
Okay.
He's probably there now, trying to launch a vessel in private. If he hasn't already escaped, that is.
Okay.
passing along.
So that at least gets somewhere. Secluded beaches in this area. Oh, in this. Let me read this again. In the area. So
That loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
maybe I kind of went through this way already.
Yes, sir. As fine a
So maybe over
specimen as
here.
one of their stock, sir.
check.
Captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride.
Okay. Good to know.
He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Now, waypoints, harbor. I'll go ahead and save.